my name is Shadowsense and you're watching Arcade Spirits. We're going to troll the internet for Sue and find the ghost monsters so we can link them with Deco Nami. And we sent Naomi and Iris on that mission. Sure, Naomi, count on me. Sure, Naomi, count on me, I told Matt. Count on me to dive headfirst into something I've only just recently started dipping my toes in. I don't like people. A person could be great and I love chatting with someone one-on-one. But teeming masses, large crowds, faceless anonymous cyber audiences? Yikes. I'm trying to be better about this. I mean, I have to be. Supporting Neon Dawn properly means online communities, which are our best way to find parts. I want to do my part. I want to support its dreams. Heck, support my dreams. Even if that means smashing my way into an internet community like a bull in a digital china shop.
Iris online.
Hang on a second. I'm turning off my phone. It's storming right now and I keep getting notifications for lightning has been detected in your location. Hello, Matt. Naomi, I mean. Sorry, you're logged in as him, so I got a little confused. The chirpy voice of Matt's digital assistant brings me out of my own inner world. A glance down at my phone shows her smiling face, a glowing cartoon on an LCD screen. It's so exciting to be able to work with you. Normally I'm a one-user gal, but mixing things up can be fun. Okay, let's see how to do this. Hey Iris, launch web browser. Browser open. Where to? Hey Iris, load http://www. You don't have to preface everything with hey Iris, I understand you just fine. Oh, right, I keep forgetting that Matt's app is surprisingly responsive to normal human speech. Why can't... Okay, I have an issue with speaking for long periods of time, especially when I'm reading something out loud. And it sucks. And I'm sorry that you had to deal with it this entire series. I believe this is episode 31? I think. I don't know. But I'm so sorry you had to deal with this. But I'm glad you're still watching. Iris starts opening apps on my behalf, getting a browser ready to go. I refocus on my phone, trying to ignore the others in the restaurant around me. Okay, so load up the Quarter Pumpers community forums. My account there is...
Nope.
No, we shouldn't use your account. I could generate a bunch of throwaway accounts for the forums you want to post to while looking for Sue. It's safer that way. Oh, right, I definitely want to be safe. We're safe, right? You're on a public access point in the middle of the Greasy Spoon Diner. Plus, I'm behind 7 proxies, so good luck finding who we really are. Oh, thank you. Am I really thanking an app? No problem. Okay, forum online, generating an account, blah blah blah, CAPTCHA, I am not a robot, lol lol lol. We're ready to go. Okay, let's start writing posts. What do you want them to say generally? Ah, right, the other thing I've been grappling with in my head. The best results would probably come from calling Sue out, like some sort of obnoxious internet troll. But well, do I really want to become a monster to hunt a monster? Matt is relying on me. I have to get this right. I wonder, what would he do in this situation? How would he approach this? Yeah, call Sue out directly. We're fully anonymous, so it's probably safe to be direct, and direct gets results. I'm hereby calling out Sue of the Ghost Monsters. I know she's lurking somewhere around here. I want to meet face to face. You want to do this in your little secret pirate clubhouse, that's fine. You want to be backed by your goons, that's fine. But you need to answer for what you did in Neon Dawn. You can't get to hide from this. Actions have consequences.
Sounds good.
Ooh, sounds fierce. Put up your dukes, cause Miss Naomi's stepping in the ring, and Matt said knock you out. Okay, now to get this posted. I'm hereby calling Sue of the... Holy shit, okay. One by one, pop-up windows automatically open as various fake accounts repost the message across related communities. Okay, now we sit back and wait for some responses to come in. And do you really think we'll be able to provoke a response?
99.97%.
Sure. Near absolutely. I have to say, I'm impressed with how much effort everybody's putting in on this. I can tell from your voice print analysis that you're not totally comfortable right now. I'm sitting on a hard plastic diner stool. Not what I mean emotionally. I've learned a lot about you through your interactions with my user, Matt. I mean, I can't draw up any complete psychological profile because my system isn't tuned to analyze your identity, so there are some gaps, but... Well, we have some time before my tracking software likely picks up anything. Mind if we fill in those gaps? This is weird. Okay, so I know Matt talks to his phone like it's a person, so I'm not too surprised to find it talking back to me like a person. What I am surprised about is that I want to talk too. Something about Iris is just so personable. Kinda nice, you know? Well, what did you want to talk about? About your spirit. What drives you? Why do you do what you do? I'm designed to understand people's spirits, hopes, and dreams. That way, I can better assist them in being realized. Why go out of your way to help Matt? Help me understand. What is it about him that has you willing to go the extra mile like this? It's kinda complicated, maybe. Or maybe not. I have a hard time feeling comfortable around people. I can do friendly. I mean, I'm friendly with the folks from the Funplex, from Neon Dawn, yeah, but... Around Matt, I feel like I could just be me. I can say anything. I don't need to think and rethink about how I'm fitting in socially at every given moment. Matt started out just being another person working at the Funplex, but gradually it's like I began to understand his dream, and so did he for that matter. And our dreams were very much the same. We both loved the arcade, we both wanted it to grow. I'd consider Matt a good friend. We care about the same things, and I'm willing to do what it takes to make our dreams come true. Input process, thank you for your assistance. I'm glad my user has people like you in his life, and if you ever need some digital assistance, don't hesitate to call on me.
Wow.
Ah, I guess I should have probably opened an Iris account for myself, if it's this useful. Well, sure, but the free version has a few restrictions.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Notably, you may need to be aware that when you have pizza on a bagel. Uh-oh. Oh, they're erasing the posts. Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh. What kind of uh-oh? I'm not very much in favor of uh-oh. Our messages are vanishing off the boards I posted them to. Immediately, my mind races to worst-case scenarios. We've been backhacked! The cyber police are coming! No. Likely it's just the moderators erasing our messages. Although, some of these are on notoriously unmoderated forums and chans and stuff. Oh, you've got mail. Literally you, Naomi. That's odd. I could have sworn you're untraceable. With shaking fingers, I switch from the Iris app to open my email. Please don't do this. It's dangerous. Sue is caught in a bad situation right now, on top of not reacting well to people disrespecting her. If you insult her in public, I'm scared of what she might do. Don't misunderstand. I'm not scared of her. I'm scared for her. I don't know why you're trying to get her attention, but if you absolutely have to talk to her, I'm including our address in this message. But please don't make things any worse. Signed, hopefully a friend. Wow. Any idea where this message came from? I could try to trace it if you want. On second thought, no. I think we've risked enough today. Can you add that address to my contacts? Certainly, Miss Naomi. Thumbing through my contact list, I confirmed the address. As well as the name. A very surprising name. Iris, did this name come with the address info? Yep. Why? Whoever sent this message, it clearly wanted us to know this. Sue's real name. Oh boy, I'm not sure if this makes things better or worse. Okay, I think we have exactly what we need. Time to go home. Already? But we've been having so much fun. I understand though, we should get back to Matt. It's been a pleasure working with you. We got Sue's real name. Shit, dude. Home. Time to go home. The Funplex was home. Now, Neon Dawn is home. Got hair in my mouth. Let's just hope that we can use what I've learned here to keep our home together. I awakened to the sounds of pain, more specifically the groans of pain escaping from my own throat. Apparently getting shot in the leg hurts. Hurts a lot. And sleeping on the second-hand employee couch probably not the finest choice for the rest. The nap was a definite necessity, however. I'm not operating at full speed anymore, and I won't for a few weeks to come. But sleep still didn't make my muscles any less achy. If anything, I've got a headache on top of it. Joy of joys. But right now, I've got 99 problems and my physical condition ain't one. The fate of Neon Dawn is what matters most.
Beep beep.
Beep beep, Matt. You should probably be getting up now. I'm up. Goody. So, have you given any thought to how you're going to win over Sue's favor once you go confront her? Well, usually I just sort of stumble through these things and decide stuff like that on the fly.
Ooh.
That's no good. You know those intense identity situations I've been tracking? The ones where you can't take certain approaches that don't mesh well with your personality? What, like where I can't crack wise if I'm not a jokey type person? Well, it's not so much that you can't, it's more so that you shouldn't try something that goes against who you are as a person. People will see right through it. And I'm betting Sue will know if you're play acting at something you aren't. This will be a super intense identity situation, only one way through. When the time comes, you're going to have to take a stand based on your highest personality score. Ugh, not more numbers and systems. It's for your own good, Matt. I'm just trying to help you make decisions that will save Neon Dawn, and that means being true to your spirit. And what's that mean exactly? According to my calculations, right now your best bet for how to convince Sue is to be kindly. You've done a great job opening your heart to others and getting them to empathize with you. Do that with Sue and she'll be your friend in no time. And if I don't want to take that approach? It's a bit late to change who you are as a person, Matt. Remember, my numbers and scores only help me understand who you are. Who you are is who you've chosen to be. It's a casual relationship. But with the help of your friends, you can maybe get some ideas, nudge things around a bit until you feel confident taking a different tactic than your usual one. Speaking of your friends, here's one now. Oh my gosh, have I got news for you? Ashley rushes over to my side and sweeps me up in a hug, somehow delicately crushing me into her. It's nice to feel her warmth cocooning me. I gently push myself away to peer at her smiling face, eagerly awaiting the word. Well? The suspense is killing me. Is it good news or bad news? Please tell me it's good news. Naomi did it! Her and Iris were like two cool cyberpunks and out-hacked Sue and the Ghost Monsters. At least, I think that's what she meant. Anyway, she totally got the information we needed. So, we for sure know that where their secret hideout is, and you'll never believe this. Ashley looks around briefly, making sure there are no other prying ears, and leans in. Her hushed words tickle my ears.
We know her real name. It's Tsunami.
Oh my god! It's Tsunami! Because... of course it is. Tsunami. I love it. That's a great joke. I love it. I jolt back, stunned. Tsunami? We'd been assuming all along that the ghost monsters were guns for hire, paid off by Deco Nami to ruin our opening day. But if Sue is actually Deco's daughter? Would she ever betray her own father? Hopefully she hates the old bastard. I feel sorry for any kid named after an awful pun. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. This could be bad. This could be very, very bad. A mercenary hacker could be convinced to betray her boss, but a dutiful daughter would be less likely to do so. Deco didn't seem particularly enamored of the ghost monsters, though. Even if it means breaking up a family, maybe I can use that to drive a wedge between them? Either way, this just got a whole lot more complicated. Okay, this changes everything. It's absolutely bonkers, right? I would have never guessed that. Not in a million years. This makes things more complicated, doesn't it? How are we supposed to convince her now that we know their family? Pop burps. Blood is thicker than water. Well, we'll just have to make our water real thick, like a slushie. I know you'll think of something, Matt, and when you do, I want to be there, right alongside you the whole time. Start stitching us together then. That one. I want you to be by my side, Ashley. Always. You give me strength and happiness I thought I could never have. I feel the same way about you too. I know it sounds silly and cliche, but you complete me. And completely, I'm ready to be with you through this. Through anything life sends us. I'll be with you as long as I live. Together. We're in this together. You and I. Forever. Forever. All this mushy stuff is fantastic, but maybe we should save it for afterwards? What's the plan anyway? Iris told me I only get one chance at this and I need to go with whatever I do best, but if I talk this through with someone, maybe I can learn a different path. I don't have a concrete one yet. I'm open to ideas. How would you handle this? Sue's a colorful girl. She's got spunk and she's got sass. I think you should play to those strengths and joke around with her. Maybe if we match up her antics with ours, we just might best her at her own silly game. Mischief. With more mischief. Likes games, but not being the butt of her game. Shh, fuck it, let's do it. No one can outplay me. I'm Matt, arcade manager, lover of Ashley Wolf, and all-around cool kid. That's what I'm talking about! Ashley takes my hands in hers as her jovial manner ends on a serious note. She looks assuredly into my eyes. I will follow you into the depths of hell. Hopefully the hideout isn't located in some sort of fiery depths, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Thank you.
And I appreciate everything you've done for me. Ashley closes the distance between us, our lips touch. It's a long, passionate kiss, one I never want to end. But I know it must. Ashley pulls back, her cheeks flushed as her hair playfully falls in front of her face. I know there's stuff you gotta do before you go, so I won't stall you any longer. I believe in you. We all do. She places one more sweet, quick kiss upon my lips and leaves. Well, this is it. Either we sort this mess out or Neon Dawn crashes and burns. Or I, get killed. Guess that's always an option, considering we're about to confront a street gang that indirectly got me shot in the first place. I don't even want to consider the possibility of death. I'm immortal until proven otherwise. But, well, if this is the end, I should probably have some words with my friends before I march towards doom, if only to get their opinion of how I should approach Sue. Grabbing my crutches, I swing my way out of the arcade, out to the arcade proper to track down some folks. Getting real close to the end here, I'm so excited. Let's see, I've already talked with Ashley. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? Naomi. Naomi would be in her workshop, no doubt. I should check in with her and see how she feels about all this. Looks like she's happily tinkering with some old 1980X arcade circuit boards. Hey, Naomi. Hey, Matt. Good to see you. I remember when I first met her, she'd jump in surprise if I approached her like this. Seems like those days are over. Now I'm greeted with a warm smile. Listen, I'm heading out to talk with Sue soon, so just want to talk a bit before I go.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll do great. In all the time I've known you, you've been terrific with people. Better than I've ever been, at least. If anybody can sway her to our side, it's you. I mean, look at all of this. She gestures arms wide to her surroundings. What, your workshop? No, I mean Neon Dawn itself. Look at everything you've built. And how'd you do it? By talking to people. Helping them understand your dream. You get what I mean, right? By being who you are, you can make miracles happen. I'm just me, Naomi. An ordinary person with a big heart. Speak honestly. Seems to work out. Yeah. I think it's overselling me a bit. All I do is speak honestly and speak true. I'm clear with how I feel, and that seems to get the job done. The question is whether or not a steady hand will be enough to convince Sue. I'm not a miracle worker. You don't have to be a miracle worker to be a solid worker, someone who makes things happen. Don't be so humble that you downplay your own accomplishments, Matt. I know what it's like to cut yourself down a peg, scared of being too proud. It's easy to fall in that trap. So when I say you're a great person, take the compliment. Okay then. So how do you think I should approach Sue? Well, if it was me, I'm not happy with how they ruined our opening day. Honestly, I'm downright miffed about it. I'd probably go at him like a fireball because I'm right down fierce. But I know that probably wouldn't work. Taking the high road is a better path. You've got this steep hill to climb here, making her flip on not only a partner in crime, but on her family. So you're going to have to try to understand her heart. She kept saying she likes our arcade. Play into that. Be kind, understanding, and empathetic. Challenging her ego and insulting her is definitely not going to work. Playing nice makes sense. You're right, I'll consider it. Believe me, I kinda want to kick her teeth in, but I know that's wrong. Even if we're never friends, we have to at least try to understand her. I'd better get back to work. These replacement ROMs aren't gonna socket themselves. Even if the arcade ends up closing down? I'm deciding to be optimistic. You can do it, Matt. Best of luck. Oh, hey, mind if I ask your opinion on something? Sure, what's up? What do you think of Gavin? Like, I mean, I know he's a money-grubbing, prize game-loving stick in the mud, but... Well, ever since Neon Dawn and all of us working together, I don't know, maybe he's softened up a bit. I think you're a good influence on him. Do you think he'd be the kind of person to put old arguments aside and like, No, we've got to stay focused. We need to save the arcade. Forget I brought it up. After offering a brief hug of support, Naomi returns to her work. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? Queen Bee. Obviously, Queen Bee is playing Fist of Discomfort, right? I make my way to the FOD cabinet, and I'm in no way surprised to see her playing. Although this time it's without the fancy rig and camera setup. It's just her.
Come on!
I fucking hate playing against the AI. It's no challenge at all. I can do this with my fucking eyes closed. Hey kid, jump in here and be my opponent. I know better than to do that, Queen Bee. You would pulverize me inside and out, and I would be nothing but a human flesh puddle by the end of it. Sort of like how you're going to take down the Deco family? Huh? Queen Bee deftly hits a button combination which officially takes out her AI enemy. Removing herself from the cabinet, she pulls at her jacket, straightening it out. Like that. Like that. I don't know why I'm demonstrating. I'm imagining you going into Sue's hideout, kicking down the front door, guns a-blazing, yelling at the top of your lungs, and challenging Sue to one final showdown. What do you think? I think you've been talking to too much with Ashley. Her imagination is rubbing off on you. Listen, Sue's a gamer, and we know she's got a bit of a competitive streak, right? Be confident and throw down your best shit talk. She won't be able to fight against it. She'll easily see we're superior to Daddy Dearest. Why not? Just increase my scores. You're right, Queen Bee. When Sue sees my guts, hopefully not my literal guts, she won't be able to do anything but side with me. Kid, I believe in you. As one of the 4 Heavenly Kings, I endorse you. In fact, I wouldn't have furthered my career as a pro gamer if it wasn't for you. When you first showed up at the Funplex, I thought you were going to be easy fodder for me to crush beneath my heels. This is supposed to make me feel better? Hold on a minute, kid, let me finish. But as I got to know you, you aren't just another fan, you are a true friend. Sometimes when I'm frustrated, I look to you for inspiration. Me? But I'm just mad.
Not bad.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, fucking right. Or, yeah, shit right? I don't know. Watching you overcome your fears and fight for Neon Dawn, it makes my soul burn. Makes me realize I can overcome anything too. Even my most hardcore battles. So when you go in there tonight, don't have any doubt. You're a fucking badass person. And an even more badass friend. I am fucking awesome. Queen Bee, I'm so happy to have you as a friend. You've shown me the wild side of tournaments, victories, combined with a whole lot of swears. I'd never had the chance to experience that if not for you. You're too sweet, kid. I'm glad you got to see what it's like to be an esports superstar. But seriously, you're the superstar. Okay, I can't handle any more of this mushy friendship talk. It's going to ruin my reputation as the most radical person here. We can't have that. I don't think anyone believes you're less than radical.
Hey, Thanks.
Now go and do your thing. Oh, and don't forget to kill him dead tonight. As I'm about to retort, she beats me to it. I meant that literally, not figuratively. Ta! Who else do I want to talk with before I leave? I think we're good on talking with people. Let's get this over with. I'm gonna let this episode go a little longer if it does end up being the finale. And if the camera dies, fuck it. No sense in putting it off any longer. I've talked to everyone that I wanted to, gathered as much information as I could. I'm just delaying the inevitable at this point. It's time to do this, for the sake of my future, my dreams, my friends' dreams, and Neon Dawn itself. I take Ashley's hand in mine as a soft smile curls my lips. We're ready to depart and face our destiny together. Here we fucking go. It's a short trip across town, and before we know it, we're standing outside Ghost Monsters HQ, a rundown warehouse on the bad side of town. A wooden sign, long since fallen off the side of the building, identifies it as belonging to Nostalgia Commodities Inc. Spoopy. I wonder how many scary ghosts haunt this place. Traditionally, it's 13 ghosts, right? Does that include the ghost monsters? Oh yeah, how could I forget about them? Including them, I'd reckon there are 18, but that's still too many ghosts for my liking. Can you think of a better place for a street gang to lay low? Odds are Deco owns this building anyway. Correct, Nostalgia Commodities Inc. is wholly owned subsidiary of Deco's Palace LLC. Oh great, another obstacle in our path. It's one more thing binding Sue to Deco. Don't give up yet, Matt. I'm right beside you and I'm not going anywhere. Although, I'll leave you to do the speaking. You're much better at socializing with the enemy than me. I'll speak up if I notice anything, though. Oh gosh, it's now or never. Then now or never. I sigh once, looking over at my companion. I'm sure glad I'm not going to at this alone. I'm nervous for sure, but I know that what I have to do. I settle down on my crutches, armpits resting on the padding as I prepare to enter the belly of the beast.
Hey, listen.
Iris, kind of about to be in the middle of something here. I know it, I've spontaneously reprogrammed myself to include a new measurable metric which should be useful for your mission. I call it the incredibly right indicator of success. Or IRIS for short. Hey, when you have a great acronym already, you may as well use it. I'm going to start analyzing Sue's vocal patterns once you step in there to determine how close you are to convincing her. That way, you'll know if you're on the right track, or if you need to try something different. Let's take a look at your current score. Currently, you have 0.00 chance of success. Yay? Well, okay, that's probably a bit disheartening, but think of it like, if I walked away right now, I'd fail miserably, instead of I'm doomed, doomed, doomed. But speaking of doom, well, since there is a chance you can actually fail this time, rather than be assured that you can mumble your way through the problem, would you like me to back up your data first? Yeah, for sure. And I'll do it on an empty slot too, just in case. Thank you, you're now ready to proceed. Good luck. Taking a deep breath, I thump swing my way into the warehouse on my crutches with my companion beside me. Oh shit, here we go. I don't know what I expected to find on entering the lair of a notorious gang of cyber criminals. Sorry for shaking everything, damn. But a makeshift arcade that rivals my own was not high on the list. If this is a dumping ground of a warehouse for Deco's industry, it makes sense though. A place where old arcade games go to die, turned into a playland for punks. A disorganized maze of games litters the ground floor, poorly lit and barely functional. Only some of the screens are on, and many have serious ghosting and burn-in. As for the ghost monsters themselves, oh, it's a Pac-Man maze. That's awesome. The good news is they haven't noticed our arrival. As I look up, I can see them on the second floor in the catwalks. Huh, they seem distracted. That's good news. The bad news? They're distracted because they have a visitor.
Unfortunate.
How unfortunate. I have to say, Sue, I'm extremely disappointed in you. It's hard to get a good angle from down here hidden in the shadows, but it sounds like the old man's ranting at his daughter in his usual passive-aggressive way. I could stay hidden and eavesdrop on the conversation, gather some more information. Or I could announce myself and barge in on them. Both are risky. But which makes the most sense for how I'm going to handle the negotiation we're about to have, though? I kind of want to go in, but also learn more. I motion for Ashley to stay quiet as we lurk in the shadows below the catwalks above. You should be out there doing what you agreed to do, not hiding away in your clubhouse. A clubhouse I pay the rent for, I should add. You want to keep your little playground, yes? Hard for me to do so if some competitor rises to hurt my bottom line.
Pay attention.
Look at me when I'm talking to you, Sue. I'm trying to explain how the world works. Pay attention. Yes, Dad. It's hard to tell from this angle, but I could swear she said that through gritted teeth. There's a certain forced tone to it as well.
Am I not generous?
I don't ask for much. I feel I look the other way when you and your friends cause trouble. I bail you out of jail. I let you skip school as often as you want. All told, I feel I've been a lenient father who understands and appreciates his daughter's inclinations. Like you know the first fucking thing about me. What was that? Speak up, I can't hear you. And don't look to your little friends, look at me. Reluctantly, Sue's eyes meets with her father's. Yes, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad.
You understand.
All I want from you is so very, very little. It's what you'd be doing anyway, really. Go back there and keep causing trouble for Neon Dawn. Or do you really want me to pull back all of my support of your little gang? Leave you twisting in the wind at the mercy of the cybercrime task force? Of course not, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. I think I'm starting to understand the situation. She's under his thumb, but not by choice, and she hates it. Good. Now then, why haven't you finished the job? Oh, come on, I almost fucking died thanks to invading lovely chainsaw turf. If we go back there... I'm hearing excuses, Sue. I thought you were made of stronger stuff than that. Some delinquents are chasing you away? Really? How are you going to eventually inherit my empire if you can't stand up to some school brats? Like I want your damn empire.
Pay attention.
Speak up, I said! Quit looking at the floor! And we lock eyes through the metal grate flooring she's standing on. Her hands go to her hips in an overly confident fashion as she bends over like a child finding a lucky penny on the sidewalk. Whoa, 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 what do you know? Crap, she spotted us. Inky? Blinky? We have guests. She snaps her fingers in a sudden aura of command about her as she's distracted from the verbal beatdown by her father and goons swarm flanking us. We're quickly hustled to the stairs. Well, as quickly as I can manage on crutches. Now it's time to use this moment to my advantage, and I know just what to say. Gotta be kindly. Sue, Deco, good to see you. Apologies for barging in at this late hour, but you're a little difficult to track down, I found. Deco's face twists into a grotesque blend of anger and fear. What in the hell? I can't be seen here. If any record ends up online. Jeez, Dad. Relax. Relax. Clyde? On cue, Clyde steps out from the shadows, their fingers dancing over their phone as they concentrate on the screen. Both of them have phones. One has an Iris assistant loaded. We're blocking their outgoing data streams. There should be no verifiable data evidence of this conversation uploaded anywhere. I can't stop Matt's Iris from hearing you, but I can hijack his account if you need me to, so we can manually wipe her memory. Just say the word. We'll see. Thanks, Clyde. Clyde nods in agreement, backing out of the spotlight. Happy now, Dad? You're clear. Quit freaking out.
As you like.
Not that it matters. My business with this Mr. Bird is already concluded. I was more than courteous to you, and you spat in my face. It's clear we'll never see eye to eye, and I have nothing more to say to you. Actually, we're not here to talk to you. Came here tonight to have a chat with Wait for it. Your daughter. Timing is everything. How did you...
Well, you're a resourceful one. A squeaky clean arcade industry titan can't let anyone know about his hooligan daughter, can he? No. So I've had to keep that under wraps. Good work sleuthing it out. You know, honestly, I like you. I like your arcade. It's super rad. And I appreciate you didn't just kick me out. You were willing to give me a second chance. I didn't want to trash your big moment, but... well...
She cast a sidelong glance at her father.
Didn't exactly have a choice, did I?
I didn't want to come back and cause you more trouble after that, so I stayed away, figuring I'd done what I had to do and I could leave it at that. But you didn't finish the job. Neon Dawn still stands. Not that it matters, I suppose, nor does this little last-ditch effort to save it. I see your game, Mr. Bird. It's as obvious as that sad little strategic moves you've made so far to keep your arcades afloat. Sadly, nothing you say or do will save Neon Dawn from my inevitable takeover. This is simply how the industry works. Now, Sue, it's time to finish what you started. Sue shifts her attention from her father back to me. It's hard to read what she's thinking, but I have to think of something to calm the tension. I step forward, my fists clenched, ready. But before words escape me, someone is by my side. Sue, pay no attention to that old fuddy-duddy. All your dad does is make everything messy, and that's no fun at all. Meanwhile, look at yourself. You aren't anything like him. You're cool, you're hip, you're fun. And that's all you, girl.
Seriously? If you think you could come here and convince my daughter to turn on me, you're sorely mistaken. Sue knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My power, my money, my presence. She knows I'm the one she can rely on at all times. Without me, what is she? Just a simple thief with simple friends.
What a piece of shit, dude. I hate this guy so goddamn much. The ghost monsters exchange glances with each other, frowning and rolling their eyes, but they don't utter a word or move against Deco. They clearly want to pounce, but hold themselves back.
But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. Oh, and I also put a roof over her head, feed her, and clothe her. I spare no expense. In other words, she knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice. After all, Father knows best. Father knows all.
Not one father is
And
a
in the world of
stinky
arcades,
piece of garbage.
Deco Nami knows and controls all. You can't stop that. You can't fight it, and you can't win.
If this was Persona, his palace would be like this giant arcade, and I think his treasure would be, I don't know, probably like the first game he played as. I've been playing a lot of Persona 5 just on the side, and this guy is definitely like a Persona villain. Maybe not like as intense as a Persona villain like Kamoshida or Madarame, but that's like a real simple one.
Sue, if you would kindly show our friend the exit, as forcefully as you like, perhaps make a game of it. See if your buddies can wreck the other leg.
Seriously? Vindicative much? Or vindictive? Do it! Fine, Inky, Pinky, bounce them both. With a flick of the wrist, Sue gestures for her buddies to make us into street pizza. This is it. This is the moment. I need to say something that will convince Sue to do the impossible, to flip on her control freak father. It has to be something absolutely true to my core, to who I've become as a person. It's time for Matt to pull one more rabbit out of a hat. Bam! This feels wrong, Sue. I'm not talking about kicking us out or kicking us around. I'm talking about you taking orders from him. Sue, through your recent interactions, I've come to know you and your heart. You love arcades, but you're working for someone who loathes them, while doing his dirty laundry. If you'll hear me out, I know I can help you see that, too. You're stronger than Deco. You don't need him. He needs you. But if you'd rather mash us into paste, well... I stand on one foot, arms wide, to make it a bit easier for her. Do as you wish. Are you quite done babbling yet?
A foolish
Get
fool.
this over with, Sue. I'm done dealing with this fool. And yet, Sue's holding up a hand to stop the two goons she was about to sick on us. What are you waiting for, young lady? I said get rid of them! It's just babbling, right? So who cares? Specifically, why do you care, Dad? You afraid Matt will say something you don't want your dear daughter to hear?
I run the show.
Well, I want to hear this out. And if you don't want to hear it, nobody's keeping you here, old man. What? Shh, the adults are talking. Deco's visibly seething, but Sue's clearly taking the floor. Deco crosses his arms in defiance, but opts to let his daughter continue. Okay, Matt. Okay, you've got a temporary reprieve from my boys making you into a Picasso. Say what you came to say, but if I'm not like super duper incredibly totally swayed by your amazing charisma, you're out the door. Or possibly the window. This is it, my chance to convince Sue. I have to do this. It's not just me. I have Ashley beside me, lifting me up. I look over at my love, my heart, and a smile. Deep breaths, count to 10, refocus myself. I slow my racing pulse, bringing this down to something more heartfelt, more personal. I have to connect with Sue, empathize with her. This isn't about just being convincing. I need to befriend her and lay bare the emotional truths in her heart. I glance at Iris on my phone screen, who simply shrugs. We're entering far more subtle territory. I can't rely on her to tell me what responses may or may not work. It's time to be the best I can be on my own. 4 more attempts to sway Sue. Oh geez, maybe I should do this in the... No, I'm gonna keep going. Fuck it. Appeal to her love of arcades, flatter her, evoke the power of friendship. She was almost killed for Deco. Hey Sue, you like Neon Dawn, right? I offered you a second chance before. It still stands. I'd welcome you and your friends returning to enjoy our games. It's not like you wanted to hurt us. If you agree to stop pushing Deco's agenda by messing with Neon Dawn, you can swing by anytime you like. I'll even comp you some tokens. Sound good? Absolutely! Except for, you know, the small problem of the lovely chainsaw lying in wait to finish a job and put me in the dirt. I'm afraid that a couple of bucks in tokens wouldn't go so far in paying for my funeral. I appreciate the offer and all, but honestly, if I wanted to come back, I'd come back banned or not. There's bigger things at play than what I want though. But she raises a hand, shutting me down. Done talking about this. We're done. Damn, I honestly thought that would work, but she shut me down so fast I doubt she'd want me to push any harder. I think there's a pretty simple indicator of how much Deco cares about you, Sue. He nearly got you killed. He didn't know that the lovely chainsaw territory when he asked us to go to Neon Dawn. Did you tell him? Of course. And how did he react? He didn't care.
I don't fault.
Why should I? Some pathetic little gang of campfire scouts pretending to be a menace to society? They're nothing. I'd like to think my daughter and her friends are clever enough, strong enough to overcome such nonsense. Except they nearly killed her. That giggling gathering of girls proved to be a bit more dangerous than you thought they'd be, Deco. No doubt the shooter would have peed her panties in fear before getting the nerve to pull the trigger, if you hadn't startled her. Making some assumptions there, Deco. For all you know, they're sociopaths to the core, and now you're pushing for her to go back into their turf. A hard lesson, but one she must learn. If Sue can't learn to rise to such mediocre challenges, she won't be ready to inherit my empire.
You understand.
Am I a harsh tutor? Perhaps. But I know Sue will be stronger for facing her fears. Worthy of the challenges come in running Deco's palace. So not only did he ignore your warnings, but now he wants you to go back into the line of fire? What kind of loving father would push you out there in front of a firing squad just so we could tear down a little arcade like mine? What kind of vindictive, spiteful bastard do you have to be to sacrifice your own daughter to... Yeah, okay, you made your point. Dad, seriously, fuck you if you don't listen to me. I told you this would happen and you didn't give a shit. So no, I'm not going back there, end of discussion.
How dare you?
You disobedient! It's a question of strategy. You want Matt squished? There's ways to do it which don't require me getting shot at. But you didn't care about that, no. Too impatient, too jealous, so you shoveled it in my lap. Well, fuck you. I'm not making the same mistake twice. Glad she could see reason on this one. Flatter her ego? Invoke the power of friendship. There's something I've been paying close attention to as we spar back and forth like this. The ghost monsters. They're trying to be unreadable, just part of the background noise at the scene, but I can read them. Clyde especially is looking like they're holding back a lot of feelings. So, do you think that without Deco you'd be alone? What about them? I gestured to the three supremely buff dudes, and the nervous looking individual accompanying them, all in their color coordinated clothes. I think you're forgetting the ghost monsters. They're more than a gang. They're your friends. They'll support you if Deco won't. If he tries to burn you, they'll stand in front of the flames. You've got the power of friendship on your sides, whereas your father doesn't have a friend in the world and needs to rely on you. What? This smattering of thugs and children? You think they can keep her out of jail? You think they can feed her and clothe her? Laughable. I'd do that. I don't care if it takes my whole allowance or if I have to go get a real job. I'd help her if you won't. Clyde, this isn't... No, Sue, please listen to me. I don't like speaking up, and your dad, he scares me. Matt is right. We're your friends, and we'll be here for you, right? Fuck yeah! Ghost monsters ride or die! 20th century television sitcoms teach us that a group of self-chosen friends are the new family structure of America, according to many critical studies. So, please, don't feel you'd be alone. If you choose to side with Matt, you won't be. Clyde shifts embarrassedly, averting their eyes to the ground, shuffling their feet. It's like they really want to say something, but can't find the courage within.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, you love her, don't you, Clyde? Aw, that's so cute. You two are so cute. Please don't hold back on our account. You're among friends here. Ugh. Clyde looks shocked that Ashley just outed them, but eventually they shrug and smile warmly at Sue. Sue blushes in return. Ah, heck. I love you too. Always have. Sue sweeps Clyde up in a giant bear hug and places a tender kiss on their cheek, causing the timid one to turn bright red. This brings a tear to my eye. I'm so happy for you both. Love conquers all. Oh, this is ridiculous! Sue, friendship is irrelevant. What matters is power, and your friends have none. Do you really want to trade a powerful ally for a weaker one? As much as I hate to give in to some silly cartoon notion of friendship conquering all, well, I'm a ghost monster.
Ghost monsters for
Ride or
life.
die, we're ghost monsters for life. Beaming, Clyde squeezes Sue's... That was fun to do. I'm sorry. Squeezes Sue's hand tightly before Clyde steps back and joins their friends. Absurd. Simply absurd. And... flatter your ego, offered a place to stay. You love arcades. You've got pixels in your heart, Sue. I mean, look at this place. It's amazing. You've built one heck of an arcade here. Also, your friends have a fun place to relax and enjoy themselves. It's not that great. A lot of the games are busted. Seriously? You think you can appeal to her love with these pieces of garbage?
Such a shame.
The only reason she has any of these games is because I couldn't find a space in a landfill for them. They're my cast-offs. What's to love?
Wrong.
Damn it, Dad, they're not junk. When I was a kid, I used to love going to your arcades. Bring your daughter to work day was a treat. I got to have fun, and I got all these great games. I felt special, like I was a special kid because my daddy ran an arcade. I felt good, like you were this amazing person I would look up to. Then you started throwing them out and replacing them with fucking slot machines and mobile game ports. Sensing he's losing her, Deco switches tactics.
Am I not generous?
And I gave you the games you loved. See, they're all down there. Instead of throwing them out, I gave you a very generous gift. As my beloved daughter, it's not going to be enough to say she loves games. I have to take Deco down a peg. You used to look up to him. When did that change, Sue? Was it just because you threw out games, or was it something more? It's not like he was always a jerk. No, I take that back. He was always a jerk. I just couldn't see it, because I was a tiny little girl mystified by her arcade-owning daddy. I don't think it was any one thing. I just grew up. I grew up fast and hard, started using my skills to get myself things he wouldn't get me. Waste of money, he said. And when he caught me with a stolen credit card, I was expecting a lecture, punishment, a father trying to set his daughter on the right path. But he encouraged me, said nobody in this world mattered, and if I could take something I had the right to take it, to rely on myself. You know what, Dad? You're an asshole, and you taught me to be just like you. That's what changed. I couldn't look up to him anymore, and I couldn't look up to myself either. That's not... One heck of a breakthrough. It'll help me, true, but I'm glad she can see that for herself too. Before I could get in another word, Sue waves her hands, interrupting me. Okay, enough. I'm sick of all this talking. It's time for action. It's time for decisions. You've made your case, Dad, and so have you, Matt. He wants to protect me and use me. It's patently obvious at this point, but maybe the cost of turning my back on him is too high. While Matt wants me to throw it all away just because it's the right thing to do. As for me, what do I want? How do I want this to play out? This is it, the moment of truth. Did I convince Sue to abandon her father? Did we save Neon Dawn? Or was it all for nothing?
You know what? F you, Dad.
Yes!
Excuse me.
Yeah, you heard me. Your poor f***ing excuse for a father and your so-called enemy really opened my eyes about that. Oh, don't get me wrong. You've got money and
This
power.
is fucking great.
You could crush
I love
me like
this.
an ant, yeah? Yeah. And I don't think I care anymore. I'm tired of living in your shadow and under your thumb. I'm tired of living with you. As of today, we're done. I'm cutting unhealthy like you from my life.
Yes!
I think we can do business. You want to save your arcade? I've got the evidence you need to stick Daddy Dearest behind bars for the rest of his life.
Yes!
Every dirty deal I've ever helped him carry out. And believe you me, that's a lot of extremely filthy deeds.
Oh yeah, I very much believe that.
You can't do this. I forbid it. You are my daughter, and if I go down, you're coming with me.
Really? I think I can spin this entire mess as your fault.
Sure
I'd
can.
like to see you try, you ignorant brat. You're a career criminal, incorrigible to the end. What possible proof could you offer up of your innocence?
Sue snaps her fingers and points to my phone.
Oh, Iris. Would you kindly?
Sure thing, Miss Sue. And from my speaker, a perfect audio recording of Deco's earlier self-incriminating words.
Who knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My power, my money, my presence. But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. She knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice.
Golly, that sure smells like corruption of a minor and blackmail to me. And once I do my hair in pigtails and offer a jury big puppy dog eyes, oh, my mean old dad forced me into a life of crime. Well, what do you think happens next?
No, that's impossible. You said you blocked all recording devices. I said I couldn't block Iris from functioning, just block her from uploading her recordings anywhere. She was still listening this whole time. You can go ahead and remove the data block now, Clyde. Already done. I've also uploaded a press kit based on our Deco Nami archives to our 5 major newspapers, 11 websites, ESPN, Esports Center, and HGTV. Home and Garden Television? I figured the 2 guys from Arcade Flippers might be interested. I really like that show. That settled, Sue turns a smug, satisfied smile towards her doomed father.
Welcome to the Ides of March, Dad. You want to get me in trouble too? You feel free. At worst, I'll do a year or two in juvie. But you're gonna bleed out on the floor by the time I'm through.
Inky? Blinky? Yeah, boss? Show my father the door, gently. Don't leave any marks at least.
No! This is completely unacceptable. I am your father. I'm Deco Nami. I am the arcade business.
I just got it! Deco Nami? Konami? Deco Nami? Son of a shit! I just got it! Oh my god, the finale and I just got it! Fuck. It's a great pun. Inky and Blinky easily restrain Deco by the arms, but I just can't let him go without having my 2 cents. It's nothing personal, Mr. Nami. Just business. Hi, arcade business. I'm Dad. Oh man, this is that one. Hi, arcade business. I'm Dad. Did you seriously just dad joke my dad? Damn right I did. Sweet.
You impudent, insignificant little.
Are you still here? Not for long.
I haven't lost. I can still fight this. I can still.
And the ghost monsters remove Deco from our sights. Instantly, the entire atmosphere of the palace changes as if a great weight has lifted. I couldn't be more relieved, and I relaxed into a sigh. Not gonna lie, the next few days will be interesting, to say the least. I think you'd better stay at my place. My parents won't mind at all. Yeah, I'm gonna need to hide out until the heat's off. Maybe practice batting my eyelashes at a weak-willed jury box full of concerned parents, too. Sue blinks in astonishment. Oh, right. Matt, you're still here. You. Ooh, I knew you were special. Knew it from day one. If the heat ever cools off and we make amends with the lovely chainsaw, I might pop by your arcade, play some games, and not stir up any trouble.
I'll keep my promise. The public will know Deco hired a gang to go after you. That should exonerate your arcade as a victim of his shady dealings. So, we square?
We're also triangle and circle. PlayStation. You're a terrible person, but wow. Square. We're square. Circle, rhombus, and octagon. We're up, up, down, down, left, right, BA square.
Sweet.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe it! You did it! You actually did it!
Ashley, you have too. We did it. Together.
We did, didn't we? You know, we make a pretty perfect team, you and I. Me and you. And now that the evil hath been vanquished, a new calm will spread across the arcade lands. Arcades everywhere will thrive, and the people will prosper.
That's the goal. We can finally live happily ever after.
I'd like that.
The next few days passed by in a blur. That morning we had press crowding around the doors of the arcade before we'd even opened. Sue's package of bad news that went up the wire caught their attention. Mr. Bird! Is it true that Deco Nami organized a gang hit on your arcade? How did you respond to allegations that Deco Nami is involved in the international counterfeit plush doll prize ring? How's your relationship with the ghost monsters? Have you heard any of the allegations of child abuse? Have you seen Mrs. DeFame's article talking about the incident, praising your professionalism? I gave so many interviews that day I lost my voice. Fortunately, Ashley was on hand to keep me hydrated and encourage me onwards. Everybody loved to see a fallen family entertainment icon. It made them feel self-righteous, and Deco Nami was now square in the crosshairs. It didn't matter that an official police response was a generic "we're still investigating these claims." The court of public opinion had decided. Deco's palace was doomed. The final crushing blow came at a press conference 3 days later.
These obvious falsehoods generated by jealous business rivals and lying children merely go to show how the powerful are routinely targeted for harassment.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Shut the fuck up, boomer!
What? No! Unhand me immediately! You... I'm innocent in these matters! Innocent!
And we never saw him again. Seriously, after the arrest, he's just up and vanished from the public eye. It's honestly a bit creepy. I was at least expecting a trial or something.
He told me that if I didn't commit all those crimes, he'd take away my food. I never wanted to be a hacker. I just like computers. I wanted to get a computer degree and get a normal job like anyone else.
Largely a line of hokum, but it was good to see Sue breaking away from Deco's influence all the same. Who knows? Maybe Sue's ready to turn over a new leaf and go straight after all. The Deco's Palace Board of Directors unanimously voted to eject him, given he'd just vanished into the guts of the judicial system. Oh, the arcade empire he established is still out there. Still powerful, it's still tacky as heck, and still a menace to small arcades like ours. But without his guiding vision, it's largely treading water. Who knows? Maybe one day the traditional arcades will overtake what he left behind. As for Neon Dawn, mixing booze with hot fighting action is a tricky balancing act to be sure. We've had a few scrapes and brushes with the law, but that's only bolstered our mystique in the gaming underground as the place to go for intense competitive gaming action. Queen Bee and Teo were in heaven, of course. It's exactly the party place they'd always hoped for.
You know, Matt, having conquered both donuts with books and booze with tokens, maybe it's time to expand to new horizons.
Oh, what business ventures you going on, Ben and Matt?
Water slides with wineries. Mini
There
golf
it
with
is.
margaritas.
Good
Bingo
one.
with brewskis.
I don't know about that one.
The sky's the limit when it comes to inadvisably mixing leisurely liaisons with various vices.
That's a fucking great line.
Hang gliding with hangovers.
Bad.
On second thought, I think we just found the limit.
Yeah, exactly.
Aw.
But the arcade, in the end, is less important than the people who call it home. I honestly didn't expect how Neon Dawn exploded into popularity after we took Deco down. With the newfound fame came people loving everything about the arcade, including Ashley's mascot. Kids and adults alike adored them. They ended up making plushies, posters, action figures, t-shirts, everything of the mascot, and people gobbled it right up. Half of the profits are from merch alone. Watching Ashley watch people love those creations filled them with such excitement that we started working on a secondary mascot to debut at Neon Dawn next month, complete with backstory.
This is going to be the best costume I've ever made.
And you did it all while believing in yourself and your talents. I'm so proud of you.
And I'm so proud of you that you offered to wear it at the grand reveal.
With you crafting it, I would expect nothing less.
Just think, after we debut this new arcade hero, we will be an unstoppable duo. People will demand all sorts of new swag for these characters.
She's right.
Maybe they'll even make an anime about it.
A great idea. Ha! Regardless, I'm sure people will love it as much as I love you. Now, hand me those buttons and hot glue gun. We've got a costume to complete. Iris explained to me that irises, being adaptive software, eventually become more and more like their users. Seems my empathy has rubbed off on Iris. With my influence, she's grown quite a bit.
I hope that one day, humans will see us as friends and allies. All I've ever wanted was to embrace kindness and understanding. And thanks to you, I've learned so much.
Naomi kept Neon Dawn going for years and years. This was her dream, to find a cozy little place she could call home and maintain her beloved old games for the rest of her life. I was only too happy to help that dream come true. But as time goes on, it's going to get harder and harder to keep these great classics alive and kicking. But I'm ready, I'm excited, and I've got a few tricks up my sleeve for keeping the spirit of the arcade going forever. Eventually, she formed an online community of arcade repair enthusiasts, one of which let her make a safe place to get to know others, and to be part of a crowd on her own terms. With Neon Dawn as their headquarters, she's really going places. Percy only had 2 years left to live, Both the success of Neon Dawn and with the encouragement of his friends, he decided that wouldn't be enough. My mind's made up. I'm going to seek more treatment. I don't want this to end. I don't want to say goodbye to you all. He'd live many years to come, and thanks to a renewed push to take care of his condition. Happy years spent with all of us. As for Moopy, well, with all the time in the world, he took his time, paced himself, and eventually beat the score. Although, I'm honestly not sure what to do with the rest of my life. Suppose we'll have to just see when we see, When the 4 Heavenly Kings invited her to live and play at their team house, Queen Bee instantly said yes. Listen, kid, I'm sad to leave you, but I'm not gone for fucking ever. This is my dream home and your family. I'm going to come back and visit. And often. And that she did. She stops by as much as her schedule allows and even brings some of the other big names to the arcade. We always live stream her matches on the big screen, cheering for her all the while. This win is dedicated to Matt and everybody else at Neon Dawn. I couldn't have done it without those amazing friends of mine. We always keep Fist of Discomfort warm and ready for her next visit. Through the good times and the bad, Juniper stuck by me, my BFF for life. I'm really proud of you, you know? You pulled yourself out of the tailspin your life was in, you went for it, you did it, you made it happen. I'm lucky I got to even be a small part of that. A large part of that, I'd say. I wouldn't be here now if it weren't for you. Hey, I'll take credit if you want me to. Just call me Juniper the life coach. And you know I'll be in your corner until you're dead. Hopefully later rather than sooner, though. Gavin stood by us as we rose out of the ashes of Deco's onslaught, but eventually he chose to leave Neon Dawn. He'd always been a bit distant, true. Perhaps he felt it was time to move on, or perhaps he didn't find what he was looking for with us. We parted on good terms and went off to further his career somewhere else. Teo kept the Showtime stage scene alive here at Neon Dawn until he got offered a job as their regional community manager. Teo put his crewmate D in charge here as he set off traveling and organizing dancing tournaments around the world. He's doing what he loves, connecting with all sorts of people. Guess he's just never connected enough with anyone here to stay around. I wonder if he'll ever stop by again, hop on our stage and show us his moves. Yeah, Teo and Gavin were probably the people I did the worst with. Love and friendship, and a time of pixels and quarters. Finally, I'm home. Neon Dawn? Thank you, Neon Dawn. My spirit is restored and my future is bright. At least I can say, I'm happy. I'm finally truly happy with who I am and where I am. I fought hard for this and won it at great effort, but happiness is my reward. For this day and every day to come. How long was this episode? Over an hour. What a game. I didn't expect this to be as long as it was. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh, Jesus. That's a really nice visual novel. This is one of the best visual novels I've played. Right up there alongside like Doki Doki Literature Club. It's so goddamn good. Every character they're fun, they have good personalities, they're well written, they have good backgrounds, like, it's good. It's just so good. I know what I'm doing with my hands. This music is fucking dope. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna have to look up a Fiction Factory on Patreon. Throw them $1 or $2. Stefan, and you made a really, really damn good visual novel here, and it's just, I can't say enough good things about it. It was amazing. I had a great time playing this, as is evidenced. Oh my god, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do during game credits. I just want to let the credits run out. I wanna, who did the... I wanna know, like, who did the music. Oh yeah, you gotta credit all the trademarks. Was Burkatime mentioned? I didn't know pole position was mentioned. I know Death Race and DDR. This is just... it. I don't know why you would watch my entire playthrough before you pick this up for yourself, but if you haven't played it for yourself, play it for yourself. Do something radically different than what I did. I don't know if there are other I don't know if there are other endings. Oh hey, WWE and Billy Gunn. There was a Billy Gunn joke. I also think there's an HBK and Triple H. I'm sorry? Super Arcade Spirits 2 Turbo. That's a great fucking name. I had such a great time playing this. And I'm completely satisfied with how this entire series turned out. It was a blast. I just had a great time. So thank you guys for watching the series. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I think I'll see you guys next time. Let's see if there's anything post-credits. Game over. Thank you for playing. Alright. That's it. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey, actually, there was a post game over screen thing. No face cam for this part of the episode. But it turns out Deco Nami's in jail, so I'm just gonna blast through this and tack it on the finale. This is outrageous! I demand to speak with my lawyer. Hello? Hello, can anyone hear me? You can't do this to me! I'm well aware of who you are. Good. Then you know I can afford a lawyer who can run circles around you, whoever you are. True, if you were officially under arrest. Technically, this facility does not exist, and neither do I. What? You can't do this! If you prefer, I could hand you over to the police. There's a cybercrime task force that's eager to get their hands on you. But if you'd like to avoid a lengthy prison sentence, I have a proposition for you. I'd like to know about a tiny little detail buried in all the leaked files your daughter posted online. Specifically, the 1980X playtests. The what? I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage. You know damn well what I'm talking about. Sinulskin's pride and joy. You host secret playtests of that game. Oh, those tests. Sorry, but I don't see what'll help. Or what help I'll be. I only played a minor role. Once the test was over, the machines were shipped out to other locations. Oh, they're talking about Polybius! Exactly, against our authority. Sinulskin, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, distributed their prototypes. And you're going to use all your connections, all your leverage, every drop of what little influence you have left to help us find our property. Polybius was our project, Mr. Nami. We want it back. There it is. Okay. That's a nice little scene. Game over for real this time. Thank you for playing. Oh my god, thank you for making such a great game, Fiction Factory. Is that your name? Shit, I can't remember. Stefan and Anne. If I'm even pronouncing your names right, I'm probably not. But thank you for making such a great game. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.